Hi guys, my name is Nick Santi. This is my presentation for the English 101 Unit 3 project. It's going to be a documentary on street racing, as I talked about before in front of the class. What this video is going to consist of is really, as what I said in my proposal, how drag racing, street racing is not all about just two cars going in a straight line. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. There's the illegal aspect of it and the consequences that go with that, and like what it takes to really street race a car. You can't just go out, buy one, and race it, and it's not really respectable by everybody. People respect others who build their cars from ground up and make it to what they are with their own money. Me personally, I started street racing when I was 16. I won my first race 2 days after I got my license. As it's actually recorded in this presentation, I'm racing a VR6 2003 Volkswagen Golf GTI. It was running on 30 pounds of boost PSI, which is the turbo. The more pounds you put towards the turbo, the more power it's going to make, which is the faster it's going to go. So long story short, that was a stage 5 Volkswagen versus my completely bone stock Cadillac. And you'll see in the film that I gap him by about 3 car lengths. And we were on 83. That was a 40-mile-an-hour roll till I stopped once I hit 110. And then we saw the cop and dipped out the other way. In another part of the film, you'll see me racing my buddy Anthony. And Anthony drives a 2016 Subaru WRX Stage 3 tuned by Cobb. He had that car shipped to California, completely up to Stage 3 built by them, down to their wheel choice and everything for the maximum amount of grip when he's racing, because it is all-wheel drive just like my car is. My car just stayed here. I built it in my garage and did everything to it when I had the money to, when I could. I'm still paying it off now. So we ran it on Army Trail, which is right by my house up north, and that was before going into the tunnel. We were doing around 35 miles an hour in second gear. We did a pull. You'll see that I gap him by about 1 car length. His car is pretty quick, and my car just has a couple things done to it, nothing major like him. I do in the future see me doing a supercharger and trying to get it up to 450 horsepower to the wheels. And with that being said, to the wheels and crank horsepower, like when a car is advertised, it'll say, oh, 650 horsepower, but that's crank. That's what the motor's making. When you put it down to the ground, you have to keep in mind there's subtraction with horsepower for the transmission, whether it's all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. And after doing the percentages of with the transmission being like 15%, and if it's all-wheel drive, tack on another like 5 to 7%, that's what horsepower you're making to the ground. My car is advertised for like 321, it's completely stock. When I put it on the dyno, I was only making 268 horsepower to the wheels. But after my E85 tune, intake, exhaust system, all that stuff, and my trans tune, I'm making 330 to the wheels. So that's after 3 years of work on it and different wheels and tunes and all that stuff. With the illegal aspect of it, to go along with the whole topic at hand, it's not like, oh, you just spend a night in jail and you get your car back next day. No. My buddy who I was racing against, we ran from the cops. We were on 90 and we got pulled over for speeding. We were doing like 20 over. Well, on the way home, we ran it. I got off. He kept going on the highway. He got pulled over. They clocked him doing as soon as we were splitting off, 155 miles an hour. He was arrested immediately. Tow truck came to get his car. He spent a year in prison. The car was sold at auction. He was, I think, fined. I think it was $7,800, somewhere crazy around there. It's always above $5,000. So there are huge consequences with what we do. But with that being said, it's it's our adrenaline rush. It's what we like to do. It's what we're passionate about. I mean, you know, there's days and nights I just spend in the garage working on my car, cleaning it. Like, it's what we do. So, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Some cars that are in the film, I've discussed about the Volkswagen that you'll see in the first little short clip. There is the 2016 Subaru. There is in the one that's out of a dig, and a dig is when two cars are starting stand still, no rolling, no mile an hour, they're standstill. That was between my buddy Gio's 2013 Subaru WRX, so stage 5, also built in California, and his buddy Jose, who has a G37S that was stage 3 full bolt-ons, so that he got every part you could just bolt onto the car without taking the motor apart. That's what full bolt-ons means. So he had those. They ran it. You'll see that they bump in, and bumping in, which is staging, like on a drag strip, you'll roll, and you'll see the pre-staging lights, which are the little yellow lights, and then there's a second row of yellow lights. That's when both cars are lined up, ready to go for the race. Bumping in on the street, most of the time it's flashing your headlights to show that you're ready, and you'll see that Gio, after bumps, flashlight goes on, Gio's gone. The other guy, you'd call it sleeping on the light, wasn't paying attention that well, or just had a really late reaction time. So Gio got the win on that one. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the film.
Rolling up the letter, suicide letters. Don't